Do not fear karma. Use it to your advantage. What karma is not. A lot of us in the West function on a black and white perspective of life, on a reward and punishment system that is supposed to dictate the outcomes of our future. A lot of people believe in the adage, what goes around comes around. So if shit happens to them right now, it must be because of their previous life's bad deeds and or their current life bad deeds. And they default into a fatalistic perspective whereby they can't do anything about it, and they default to apathy and depression. Karma, unfortunately, is not as simple as because I bullied a kid when I was younger, I will be bullied by my boss when I get older. This tit for tat is overly simplistic and not accurate by any means. Now, to be clear, the example I just gave can happen sometimes. Karma can be, for lack of a better term, very straightforward. But to sit and say this happened because of that is only speculation. Mostly speculation, and to be completely honest, a waste of time. Karma is translated as action, no more, no less. The law of karma states that unwholesome actions tend to lead towards unwholesome results, and wholesome actions tend to lead towards wholesome results. To be even more clear, only a Buddha can fully know why this happens and for what reasons. For us, it is completely unnecessary and futile to even try to speculate. And it is much more complicated than you may think. Your karma is there indeed, but there's also other people's karma, life, and the universe at large. And also, things in life are simply inevitable and likely to happen. You can't blame a divorce, death, diseases, failures on your past karma alone. That's what life is like. You get married, you are at the risk of a divorce. You start a business, you are more likely to fail than someone who does not start a business. You are born, then you die. That's a certainty. Whether you die now or at 80 years old, it does not necessarily mean you have bad karma. Sometimes it's just a matter of wrong place, wrong time. If you're a soldier, you can't wonder why you're getting shot and wounded. Those are the risks that come with the territory. As they say, you can't lose if you don't play. But now that we have cleared up the air, let us see a healthier way of saying karma. Action leads to result. You might try hard at something, whereas someone else is not even trying and succeeding. Do not despair and do not speculate. Karma is fair. And yes, karma will follow you like a shadow, but it is a good thing. Oftentimes we go through tragedies in life, but they are humbling if we know how to embrace them. If the results of your karma are good, enjoy it by all means. But when the results are not so good, see the lesson in this growing pain. See how you can grow from this time of pain. Maybe you are poor now because you have been greedy before. Maybe you are sick now. You have not helped the sick before, and or you have taken your health for granted. I can go on and on with examples. Karma is fair, and sometimes the tragedy that befalls us in this life are due to negligence and ignorance. Perhaps we have failed to be more loving, caring, and compassionate. Maybe we have been selfish, entitled, greedy, and conceited. In this life, we might have to live a life that seems to bear a lot of suffering. But there's always something we can do. It is not a punishment. There's no being sentencing you. We are accountable for our past, but embrace it now. And understand that no matter what have befallen, there's always something you can do. How many stories have you heard of people who had the most tragic lives and end up on the other side, more loving, caring, compassionate, successful, prosperous, etc., etc.? How would you know how to have more compassion for the downtrodden if you have never been depressed? How would you be able to feel care for the sick if you have never suffered sickness? How can you feel for the loss of someone you have not gone through it yourself? Those tragedies, this quote-unquote bad karma can be turned on itself and make your life much more colorful and all the more beautiful. Your growing pains can relieve the suffering of others and yourself. Do not speculate on the why. Do not ask why me. Ask why not me. Do not wallow in the consequences and wonder what are the causes. Just do something about it. Be proactive. Make good karma now, because no matter what is your situation, your opportunity to make good karma is unlimited. One more thing before I leave you guys. I don't care what horrendous acts you have done in this life. There's so much more to you. And yes, you might have some real bad karma in this life.
And no, you can't just confess and be absolved of quote unquote your sins. What you can do, however, is dilute this bad karma with good karma. If you have some vinegar in a cup and pour water in it, the more water you pour, the less vinegar you will have. The vinegar is always there, but it's so diluted that you can barely feel it, you can barely taste it. Same goes for bad karma. It's always there, but you can dilute it with good, great karma. So never stop doing good karma. You don't need to speculate and keep score. Just keep on doing wholesome things. And remember, whenever you are making peace, whenever you are being kind, and whenever you are being gentle in this beautiful present moment, you are making good karma.
For more in-depth practical knowledge about meditation, check out ebook The Lazy Way to Get Your Zen On. Links in the description box below.